YouTube family, what is up? So in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how I made my first $1,000,000. So I'm going to give you guys basically the blueprint. Hopefully it'll give you enough information so you can copy and duplicate. I started from the bottom, so I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. But before I get to that, I'm actually going to call a seller first. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to boom, smash that thumbs up. If you're new to the family, be sure to boom, smash that subscribe button. And let's rock and roll. And let's go get this money. Okay, so Instagram family, head over to YouTube. I'm going to share with you guys the exact, like, where I started and how I made my first $1,000,000. Okay, so let's rock and roll. So if you haven't followed me on YouTube, head over to YouTube. Just type in @RealKingKong and it should pop up. But I need to use the phone, so I'm going to shut down Instagram Live. I'm going to call a seller first, and then we're going to go on. Okay. So here we go. Here we go. So I got a seller that I need to call first. So we're going to do that. And then I'll share with you guys exactly how I made my first $1,000,000. And hopefully it not only inspires and motivates you, but it gives you the blueprint. All right. The action step that you need to go out there, take, duplicate, and make your own milli. But first, let's call a seller. Here we go. I know you guys like this. I don't know.
The Forms Department, this is Janae. How can I help you?
Hi Danae. I got your phone number. Oh shoot, sorry. I got the wrong number. I apologize. Sorry.
Bye-bye.
Yep, bye. I did punch in the wrong number because okay, hold on a second. Wait a second. Can you guys see? Okay, you guys can't see. I was gonna say, okay, hold on a second. Forgot his name. He's Filipino, so it's probably not a deal. You know, I typically you stay away from Asian. Can't do a deal. They'll never sell it at a discount. But I've.
Hello.
Hey, hi. This is Khang. I was calling. I got your phone number from your dad, Fernando, or for Ferrando. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. He asked me to actually reach out to you regarding his property that you were gonna take over, but I told him that I wanted to talk to you because we're interested in buying the property, and that I think that that we offer him a really really good price on it.
Say your name again.
Yeah, Kong like King Kong. And I actually didn't catch your name.
My name is Russell.
Yeah, Brussels. Brussels. First off, am I catching you at a good time? You had a few minutes to chat about your dad's property.
Hang on.
Sure.
A second.
Russell, are you Filipinos?
I am.
Nice. I'm Vietnamese.
I feel like I know you, Khang.
Really?
Yeah.
From where?
Well, let me think.
I mean, it could have been like another Kong. I mean, my name is actually pretty well. I wouldn't say it's very popular in the Asian community or Vietnamese community, but there's a lot of Kong out there. But there's only one King Kong though.
Wait, so you're not on TikTok or anything, or?
I am on TikTok, bro.
So is that you? Is this the one I'm talking to?
I mean, I do a little bit of social media, and I guess your dad must have got one of our marketing piece about his interest in selling his property. And I mean, if you follow me already, then I'm just gonna cut to the chase.
Yeah. So it is you. It is you.
Yeah, bro. I didn't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
oh
man.
God, I swear this guy sounds familiar, and he said his name is. Oh man.
Hey, dude. So regarding your dad, man. So what is your plan to do with his property? You just want to sell it or not?
Honestly, I was gonna try and take it over for him.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, turn it into like a rental.
Okay.
So that he has income. because his goal is to be able to, go and just retire in the Philippines.
Yeah, I know.
They built their dream house over there, and they can't even live in it. Going through some family struggles.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah, man. I would be I'll be
so
sending
I
my
just thought it
mom.
could be a. Go ahead, Jay. You
Yeah,
send your
yeah,
mom?
yeah, yeah, dude. I said that I'll be sending my mom back to Vietnam sometime in September as well. I mean, it's kind of where she wants to retire too. So, and
Oh,
she
okay.
got a nice house there. So
I saw your TikTok. You just got her like a house recently too. Maybe it was an old video.
yeah,
I remember
man.
you.
But I think that she wants to be in Vietnam. That's kind of where her heart is.
Yeah,
So
or maybe her close family that
yeah,
she misses and all that.
yeah.
It's the same with my parents.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, dude, I guess that I won't be getting this prop in a contract and wholesale it.
Oh man.
Dude, so let me ask you, man. I mean, hopefully that I'll be able to guide you in the right direction with your dad's property. So you plan to take it over and keep it
Yeah,
as a rental.
so I was gonna, I had a buddy of mine who's in real estate, and he sent me his purchase agreement that he does that
Okay.
he uses when just taking over like the loan, like
Oh,
a subject to.
bro.
I'm unfamiliar, but
Okay.
that's what I think would be most beneficial for all of us involved in the property, so that
Sure.
I want to make it so that it can be another income source for him when he goes to the Philippines.
Gotcha, man.
He's taking out his 401k, and it's not gonna last.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
Yeah, man. Dude, I mean, like, obviously with the old people, man, I mean, that 401k, dude, has been pitched for like, for everyone just to slave away at the jail to be, man. So, hey, if you don't
Yeah,
mind
and
me
that's
asking,
what I'm trying to get out of here too.
yeah, dude.
I'm trying to get into the real estate game so that I can just really like you did, buy your
Yeah.
mom a house or get retire them early. So
Yeah,
you
man.
stop having to worry about money.
Dude, absolutely. I remember when my mom retired, for 401k, it's not even enough for her to do anything with inflation, dude. Like with
Oh,
inflation, the
absolutely, yeah.
401k ain't gonna do anything. I mean, who like the people that depend on retiring with the 401k, man, they're probably gonna spend their life struggling as well. Just living that one paycheck by one paycheck still, man. I mean, dude, like if if you don't mind me ask, how much is your mom getting or your dad getting from the 401k?
So he took out a 401k loan to
Yeah.
help build his house in the Philippines.
Oh,
So taking it out now, he would only be getting out after taxes.
yeah,
Like less sub 40 grand.
yeah. My mom,
Sub
dude.
40 grand.
Dang, yeah, dude. It's like that's. I mean, 40 G's. You hit all you need to do is go to Costco a couple times, and that 40k is gone.
Yeah, exactly, man. Fuck.
Yeah. So okay,
Yeah, so
so
it's not much. It's
yeah,
not
yeah,
much.
yeah, yeah, dude. I completely understand. So your plan is, hey, if I can rent my dad property out, and obviously when he goes back to the Philippines, dude, $500 a month, bro, he'll be
It's
living like
gonna
a
be a
king.
lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
And I don't even really plan on making profit on it.
sure.
I just want him to like not
Yep.
worry about it.
Dude, absolutely. And I think, bro, that we're on the exact same page because that's what I'm planning to do with my mom's house as well. Is that rent it out and then take whatever after all expenses are being paid, take whatever extra, and just give her a good life in Vietnam. Like I said, I mean, we both know $500 to $1,000 in Vietnam or in Philippines, bro, dude, they'll have a good life.
You're gonna live like a king.
Oh yeah,
For
man.
sure.
You're gonna have a maid. You're gonna have a chef.
Exactly. You got a full time maid. You got a full time driver.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
dude,
no.
so, bro. I mean, first off, I want to say that I think that you're definitely making the right move. Now, how much is the monthly payment on your dad's house?
So it's about to go up next month, but from what I saw, it'll be what 1400 a month.
Okay. And how much do you think that you'll be able to rent it out for?
I have no idea just yet. It would be easily Easily, I feel like $2,000.
Okay.
Easy.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, if I were you, that is the absolute path to take. Now, as far as like taking over, doing subject to and all that, as far as I know, dude, all you need to do is you can go to the county and just have him deed over to you. All right, so the goal, okay, the goal is to keep the interest rate where it's at and not changing anything, right? You're just coming in there
Keep the
and take.
interest rate
Yeah,
coming
man.
in and
So,
taking over
dude,
the loan. Yeah.
bro, so here's what I would do if I were you, man. Just to be safe. Now, I'm not an attorney, so maybe you might have to speak to an attorney or right. And that's something
Yeah.
that's something I have to disclose, man. But what you want to do, dude, is you want to now you now want to get an attorney, dude, and you need to set up a trust. And you want to put that house, dude, into a trust. And you
Is it one of those living trusts?
yeah, dude. And then you're going to be the beneficiary. Because if you don't do that, bro, what's going to happen is that if your dad, for whatever, obviously, hopefully, God make him live to 100, right? But at 100, dude, 100-year-old, he passed away. And if you don't put that property in a trust, you have to go through probate. And dude, the probate process, bro, will take months. It could be like 6 months. And the biggest part, dude, is the attorney. The attorney is going to eat up a lot of that profit. And you have to go through the probate process. It's going to take up to 6 months for you to actually step in and actually own and take over control of the house. So, and that's what we did with my parents' property. Is you got to put it into a trust, and then you as the beneficiary, and then you just step in and take it over. Otherwise, if it's go through probate, you go through all that, dude. You got to pay taxes on it. Uncle Sam is going to come and take a lot of that money.
But okay, so once it's in the living trust, though, it's still his property.
Correct.
Right? Like,
Correct.
okay,
Dude, like
okay.
nothing
But you
changes.
can, okay.
Yep, nothing changes until he hits 100, he passed away, and then all of a sudden, bam, you automatically step in and take it over right away. There's no probate process you have to go to, man.
But what if he's like, so he's trying to move to the Philippines this year?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So once again,
But as far as like making payments, it could just come from my account.
oh yeah, dude, the mortgage company doesn't care where the money come from, dude. All they care is that the mortgage is being paid. Right? That's it. So, I mean, I wouldn't mess with the whole. I mean, listen, I'm not giving you any legal advice, but I wouldn't mess with the whole subject to anything that if you want your dad to deed over to you or whatnot. But I would just put in a living trust and just continue to make that mortgage payment, rent it out, bam, and then just pay for whatever it is. And then just take that money and obviously send it to the Philippines. Now, another thing, dude, I don't know what state you're in.
We're Washington.
Oh, dude, if you're in Washington State, bro, are you ready for this, bro? Awesome, dude.
Okay.
I'm giving you money saving hack, bro. So what you need to do, dude, is you need to call down to the county, and you're gonna ask them. Gosh, I can't remember exactly what it's called. I did a video on this, bro. Dude, I took my mom property tax from I think $4,000 a year down to like $500 or $600 a year.
Oh damn.
Yeah, dude. So what you need to do is call the county, and you need to ask them about the senior property tax exemption.
What is it called?
Senior tax property tax exemption or something like that. So your dad has to hit a certain age, at 60 something.
He's 59.
Okay, dude, perfect, bro. So if I were you, dude, I would have called him up and asked him, hey, what age? I think you got to hit like 62 or something. I don't know exactly, bro. But call down there, dude. Maybe get the paperwork process going, and then once he hit a certain age, all you need to do is contact them. They're gonna go out and they're gonna reduce the property tax, and then all you need to do is call his mortgage company, and his mortgage company will call the county, verify, and bam, all of a sudden the mortgage, the property tax will change, which is gonna help lower your mortgage payment, bro.
That's amazing.
All right, dude. That's all I got for you, man. Hey, one last wait, hold on a second, dude. One last thing. I'm actually live on YouTube. Are you cool with this?
Oh, yeah, that's
all right, dude.
Cool.
I appreciate you, bro.
All right.
Have a good one. Thank you. Oh, dude, I honestly didn't know that he See, this is something that I also worry about, but I can't let my fear hold me back from, posting content, putting the content out there to help, hopefully one of you, even just one of you, right? To quit the JO, start your own wholesaling business and become financially free. Before, when I started to, putting a content on social media, I was afraid, well, what if I post something and then someone that follows me and then end up I can't get a deal, etc. But I can't let that hold me back from, changing people's life, man. So I was supposed to call him. His dad said that exactly he's supposed to take over. I was supposed to call him because he said his son's going to be the one who's going to make the final decisions, that I need to talk to his son. But I ran into a follower, so what can I do? Anyways, now let's talk about, so the whole thing about this video is how did I went from broke to making my first $1 million. So I'll share with you guys exactly the blueprint. So back, obviously for those of you who don't know my story, I dropped out of high school when I was 17. And at this time I was lost, I was confused, I was overwhelmed. I didn't really know exactly, what to do or how my life is going to turn out. I didn't know that I was going to be a millionaire. Dude, all I worry about is, dude, I need to get a JO because I was living in a shed behind a mobile home park. And I want to share with you the stories, and I want to try to break it down as much as I possibly can. So that way you can understand that whatever situation that you're in, hopefully that it'll give you a clear path of what's the next move that you need to make. And but before I start, I want you to understand that I want you to trust the process and just have faith in God and just believe in yourself that you can do this, that you can get yourself out of whatever situation that you're in, that you have everything within you, right? You don't need to be good looking. You don't need to be smart. You don't need a college degree. You don't need to be highly educated. But you need the willpower and the determination to get yourself out and become financially free. Okay. So, so at about 18 and a half to 19, I got my first job. I was making $8.50 an hour. And man, I tell you, dude, I was like, oh my gosh, thank God. And I worked there for 8 years. And, my dad and, my mom and dad and a lot of my friends and family said that, I need to go back to school to get my GED. So that way I can get a better paying job. And that way I can really make it in life. But I knew that school wasn't for me. I hated school. I got bullied extremely hard when I was in high school. And I faced, a lot of insecurity. And I think all of us have insecurity. And I know that when I share this, some of you might not believe me, but I used to be extremely shy and very, very insecure. And I just hate being around a lot of people. I hate taking pictures. I hate being in front of camera. I know it sounds weird. But I was battling with acne. So I used to have a lot of acne when I was young, and it leaves me with like acne scar. So unless, I know it's hard to believe this, but it is like what I'm telling you guys is extremely true story. I don't think that I would be able to do I don't think that I would be able to do social media. And I also have a stutter problem. If you listen to like when I go live, because when you watch my video where it's already been edited, you won't be able to tell, but I do have a stutter problem and it comes and it goes. Sometimes it gets really bad. So what I'm sharing with you is I have a lot of issue. I have a lot of problem as well. The only thing I'm good at is making money. All right. And if it wasn't for all these filter that I can use, I don't think that I'll be able to actually post content on social media because I still have a hard time looking at looking in the mirror and being okay. For some of you be like, Khang, I don't even know what you're talking about. I know only those who suffer the insecurity, the acne, or with their physical appearance only understand what I'm saying. And and what I'm going through. Okay. So anyways, that's out. Let's put that aside. So the next thing is that, from the JO to B, at the time, Lon and I, all I wanted to do was to make $10 an hour. And I say, dude, seeing people making, $20 an hour, $30 an hour, I'll be like, damn, dude, so to me, back when I was 19, 18, 19, dude, making 50,000 a year is like a dream come true. And I'll be like, damn, dude, those people that makes 50, 75,000, like I couldn't even wrap my head around making $50,000 a year. I'll be like, damn, those are smart people, right? I really want you guys to understand kind of like where I'm coming from and how far I've gone. And if I can do this, dude, you too can do it. All right. I'm no smarter than you. Like everything that I do now, all the business I start, like I figure it out along the way. And I didn't have everything figured out. Right. So, dude, so what happened is that Lon and I, what we really wanted at the time was to have our own house, because that was kind of like the dream. And, growing up, I was being fed with this American dream is, be debt free, own a house, and then obviously being able to to stack your money somewhere and then retire at the age of 65 and have a good life, right? So what Lon and I did was we started to, we made a lot of sacrifice. We didn't go out partying on the weekend. We didn't drink. Our whole life for the first 5 years was eat, work, and sleep. And I kid you not, that was our whole entire day, was eat, work, and sleep. And Lon and I, the first few years, we only see each other a few times at night. Because I would work like Lon would go to work early morning, and then I would go to work like they call me swing shift. So I would go to work right around at about 1:30. And then I get off and I don't get home until maybe like 10 p.m. And by that time, Lon's kind of already tired and she's already kind of like want to go to bed. But anyways, so Lon and I started to stack some money aside, and we were going to take that money to buy our first house. But what happened is at the age of 20, Lon was working at a mall kiosk selling hair extension. And she was there. She was the best salesperson there. She was like the best. She showed up on time. She was the best salesman or saleswoman there. And the owner of that kiosk, he was trying to grow too fast, too quick. And that's why I'm telling you guys, slow and steady wins the race. So he was about to go bankrupt. And the only person that he can trust and he wanted to sell the kiosk to was Lon. Anyways, he ended up selling the kiosk over to Lon. And at the time, we had about $15,000 saved up. And we bought the kiosk over for about $20,000. And with all of his inventory and all of that. And we took the $15,000, we gave it all to the cat. And we start at zero, literally $0 in the bank, took the 15 G's, gave it all to the guy, and he loaned us $5K on a handshake. And he asked us how quick can we, pay him. And Lon and I said, well, we're going to try to pay you, like as quick as possible. The one thing about Lon and I is that we hate owing people's money, except for the bank. But for, personal like people, we don't want to owe anybody anything. Like when I don't, like when we borrow someone, like we just want to pay them back as quickly as possible. Even if we drain our bank account to zero, we rather just get them pay off and be done. That's kind of the attitude that Lon and I have. And, and I think, when you find that kind of type of person to do business with, that's the type of person that you want to do business with. You don't want to do business with the people who like they owe you $5,000 and they have $10,000 in the bank and they going on vacation trip and they doing all this thing except paying you back. And they never mention about paying you back. Those are the people that you don't want to do business with, man. Anyways, so Lon and I bought over the kiosk. And I was still working at a J-O to B. And this is what I'm saying for those of you, working at, so you got to leverage your J-O to B and you got to kickstart a side hustle. So figure out whatever business that you want to do. And Lon and I, never thought that we will become a business owner. And this is why I said, trust the process and have faith in God. Because sometimes your plan don't work out because God has better plan in store for you. So Lon and I, we were working at the J-O to B, and all we wanted to do was save the money and to buy a house. We didn't think about becoming a business owner. And then boom, all of a sudden here comes an opportunity. And I also want to let you know that preparation meets opportunity is how you get rich. And sometimes opportunities only come once in a lifetime. Just like what Eminem said, So you got to, which means you got to prepare for it. So if Lon and I didn't work and then save our money, if we didn't have that 15K stack away to give to the guy, he probably wouldn't sold it to us because he needed the money. He probably would have sold it to somebody else, right? So we took that, and then from the kiosk, Lon and I now working even harder. Now I was working at a J-O to B, and then Lon was working at the mall. I come home, I come in, and then I help her. We basically now trying to grow our business. And I was working at the J-O to B at the same time because Lon said that it's not safe if I just, we just bought the business. We don't know how well it's going to do, right? Like there's no guarantee. And I just can't just quit and go all in on the business. What if it doesn't do as well as we thought it would do? And what if this happened, right? So Lon, she's more of a conservative risk taker. I am more of an all-in, screw it, whatever happens, happen. But Lon, on the other hand, she wants to be, she wants to have a safety net because she knows that the J-O to B would always be around, and that she knows that, hey, I will get a paycheck every single week, or every 2 weeks, I'll get paid this X amount, right? So we continued to do that, and just within 2 to 3, so by the time I was 23, we bought our first house. And at this time, the kiosks were making, dude, a couple $100,000 a year. And I know a lot of you look at kiosks and you'll be like, dude, you probably don't think they make that much money. But man, at that time, we were making a lot of money from the kiosk. And it's because of that business that actually led us into real estate. And then I got into real estate at the age of 27. I quit my J-O to B right around 26 or 26 and a half. And that's when Lon know that the business is stable, right? Our house is almost paid off because Lon and I, we didn't want to owe any debt. So our whole mindset was whatever we make, we're just going to pour it into the house. We're just going to pay off the equity, right? I'm sorry. We're just going to pay off the debt. So every single year, Lon and I would took a big chunk of our money and we would put it into our house. And then what we did was we go to the bank and we do what's called an amortization. I probably mispronounced the word. So what we do is we take our whatever we owe and then we stretch it out for another 30 years. Because our goal was how can we reduce our monthly payment to the absolutely lowest as possible. So even if you take the money and you go and then you're like, hey, I want to take 50,000 and I want to put it towards my equity, your monthly payment is still going to be the same. But Lon and I, we want our monthly payment to be as little as possible because we want to save as much money as possible. So we did that for 2 or 3 years. So every single year we took, I don't know how much, but we put in and then we go and then we take how much. Let's just say that we owe 300,000 on the property, right? Next year, let's just say we have $100,000 set aside. We go to the bank and we be like, hey, we're going to put $100,000 towards our principal. And now we owe 200,000, correct? So we tell the bank that we want to do an amortization. So we took the 200K and then we extended out for another 30 years. So it will reduce our monthly payment. Make sense? Now, do I suggest that you do that? I mean, knowing what I know today, I wouldn't, right? I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't focus on paying my house off. But like I said, Lon and I know nothing about real estate. And we didn't have anybody to teach us. We didn't have any mentor. We didn't have any guidance. We didn't have anybody telling us what we need to do with our money. What is the better way to do it? And that's all we knew how to do was become debt free. We didn't owe anything on our car. We got two Honda. One is the 1997 Honda Accord. The other one was the 2006 Honda Accord. Both was paid off, free and clear. Lon and I literally don't owe any debt except for the house. So our goal was just to pay that off and then, have a couple $100,000 in the bank and just call it. And by the time I was 27, Lon and I was pretty much financially set. I think at that time we only owe about $50,000 on the house. So right now we owe, I think, only $46,000 on our house. Our mortgage payment is $350, less than your car payment. That's our mortgage payment right now. And at 27, and I think we got a couple hundred G's sitting in the bank, and we had a little small business going, and I thought that was it. I was telling Lon, I said, dude, this is it. We're done, Lon. But Lon wasn't ready to be done. Dude, and then Lon said, well, she wanted to be a millionaire, but with the way that we're going, we're basically saving our way to get to that millionaire status. And she figured that it's probably going to take us, 10 plus year or so. And she don't want to wait for 10 plus year. And she doesn't want to save. And she doesn't want us just save our way to the $1 million. She want us to be able to make millions of dollars a year, at least $1 million a year. And, and then we just start talking about it. This whole entire journey was just Lon and I. So in the book called Think and Grow Rich, they said that you got to find someone that you got to be able to be a part of some kind of a mastermind. But I'm telling you right now, if you have a partner, your husband and wife, if 1 + 1 does not equal 2, 1 + 1 equal 11. That is the power of energy that both of you can that's the power of energy that both of you have if you have the same goal that you going towards. That energy becomes really, really big. So in my country, there's a saying, đồng vợ đồng chồng, tác biển Đông cũng cạn. Now I don't know how to translate that, but I can tell you that when a husband and a wife are on the same, their goals and their dreams and their vision are aligned of whatever it is that they try to accomplish, you two can literally move mountain. You don't need anybody else in your life. You literally don't need anyone else in your life. You literally can move mountains. And that's what Lon and I did. So we started to talk to each other. Lon's like, oh, I want to be the millionaire, but she doesn't know how. And anyway, it led us to, so I was driving home one day from the mall. I was driving Lon home from one day, from a kiosk. And Lon's like, hey, Khang, pull into Barnes & Noble. And I remember the exact word that I said to Lon. I said, come on, man, shit. Lon? I said, Lon, we're both a high school dropout. We don't read books. Why do we go to Barnes & Noble? That's where rich people go. Or, I'm sorry, that's where smart people go. It's not a place for us, Lon. And she said, shut the F up, just pull in. And I said, whatever. And that's where she was just going in there. Lon didn't even know what she was doing. She just knew that she was searching for something. And Lon, she always tell me that she has this intuition. I don't have intuition. Well, I mean, I probably do, but I don't really act on my intuition. And Lon's like, I don't know. There's something within me that say that I need to be there. So anyways, and that's when she discovered the book called How Come That Idiot is Rich and I'm Not by Robert Sheeman, which is a real estate book. And Lon and I both look at each other and we're like, yep, we're the idiot, right? Because we're both high school dropout. And he say, how come that idiot is rich and I'm not? Well, I want to be the rich idiot. So we got the book and Lon went home. She read through it. I'm not a reader. I just don't like to read. Anyway, I searched the guy name up on YouTube. I started consuming all of his content. and I fell in love with the guy. Dude, I've never told this story in this much detail. And I fell in love with the guy. And he was talking about wholesaling, fix and flip, buying rental property, creative financing, like everything about real estate. He was talking about it. And I just fell in love with the guy, man. And the way that he teach, I love the way that he teach, how simple it is, how simple he made everything is. And he was just funny. And that was me. I'm, I can be really strict when it comes to like business, but then I also, and I'm also funny as well. I'm goofy, right? So I was like, dude, I really love this cat. Like the way he teach makes it so much fun to learn. Anyways, so weeks goes by and Lon decided, you know what? He has a seminar or where we live locally. It was in Bellevue or Seattle, right? He was hosting a 3-day seminar. So Lon pulled the trigger and pay $7,000 for that 3-day seminars. And at that 3-day seminars, all he teach us was to cold call Craigslist. So I decided, boom, I went on and I didn't even know what to say. Didn't taught us how to talk to seller or any of that. He just said, call Craigslist and talk to them and make offer them 30 to 40% off of their asking price. And that's exactly what I did. The next couple of weeks, I called my whole entire state and I ran out of people to call. So I said, well, I ran out. And he said, well, why don't you just keep calling? So I called the whole entire 50 states. I literally went on there. Everybody on Craigslist, dude, I call. And then after months go by, I still haven't got any results because the way that he taught, it was almost like an old way. It kind of, it's out of style. No, I'm not saying that it's not working, just kind of go out of style. So anyways, I was like, dude, it's been 6 months and I still haven't got any deals yet. And that's when we went to his last seminar and that's where I met my mentor. And the guy walked in and he's like, hey, we were the same age. And he was like, hey, I have these many rentals, blah, blah, blah. And he just started talking and we're like, damn, we need to hire this guy as a mentor. Like we want someone that's in the game, that's doing it, teaching us. And I remember coming up to him and he's like, well, Khang, I don't mentor. I'm too busy with everything I'm doing already. Like I don't have time for it. And I said, dude, just name the price. Because I knew, dude, Lon and I got to where we are, everything costs us money. So I knew, dude, money talks, bullshit walk. And I said, dude, just tell me how much it's gonna cost. Like, give me a price. And I remember Lon telling me, Lon said, Khang, you're not gonna leave Florida if you don't get this guy to be your mentor. And I said, so I was begging him. I said, hey, give me a price. And the wife said that I can't leave if you're not gonna say yes to being my mentor. Like, I really, really want this, man. And I knew that I'm a type of person that needs that hands-on coaching. Anyways, he said 25,000, and then we're going to split the next 3 deals together. So I end up paying him over $100,000. And, but I flew him out for first class, flew him out, and he stayed at my house. And obviously, dude, I gave him the most, dude, I pamper him so bad. And then we became really, really good friends. And within 3 days of him coming out, I got my first deal under contract. And I started out as a fix and flip. So I started out fix and flip, and I did that for, so I bought my first flip. It was on market. It was an on-market deal. And it took us about 4 months to complete the rehab. I ended up making about $50,000 from it. And when I made that first 50 G's, man, dude, Lon and I was so freaking excited. I was laughing the whole way home. I was picking up the check. I was just smiling. I was laughing. Lon and I was just taking a bunch of pictures. And I remember Lon, I think Lon told me that she wants to cash out. And then she wants to hold it to kind of feel it, right? Like, because energy, man, everything is energy. And that's what we did. And I remember I said, Lon, so what do you want to do? Like, we got to do something for ourselves. So anyways, I end up said, hey, what if we do something we never done before? So I took Lon out for a very expensive dinner. The dinner was $150. You guys gotta understand. I know for some of you, that's regular. That's what you do every weekend. Or some of you do, that might be what you do almost every day. But Lon and I, we're used to the $20, the $30 meal because we eat Asian food, and Asian food are cheap, right? So anyways, I took her out to this nice, one of the famous seafood place in our town. Dude, I know, I know this story is way too long. But anyways, I got into the whole fix and flip. I did that for 4.5 years. And at this time, I had $1.5 million tied up. And I didn't learn my lesson from Lon's boss. I was trying to go too fast, too quick, and I almost went bankrupt. And this is when I discovered wholesaling. And I was at the point where I was tapping out. Like, I couldn't flip anymore. I couldn't leverage anymore. I couldn't borrow any more money. So one of my local investors said, hey, Khang, you're so good at finding deals. You suck at flipping, but you're so good at finding deals. Why don't you just wholesale? Well, I said, oh shit, dude, I have no choice. So I learned the game on how to wholesale. So I got this property on the market. It was an expired listing. I called the owner up. I negotiated with her, and I got the property in the contract. And we signed the contract at McDonald's. I literally met the seller at McDonald's. Everything that Lon and I did, we did it out of our house. I did it out of my home. I didn't have no office space. Everything was out of my house. And I called the owner up. We talked back and forth. Anyways, we finally agreed on a price, and we met at McDonald's. She was a very, very sweet lady. We signed the contract, and then within 2 days, I found the buyer, and we closed in 15 days. I made $28,000. And that was an aha moment to me. And I was like, oh, shit. Dude, if I can make $28,000 in 15 days, and all it cost me was $150 earnest money deposit, that's how much I put on the contract. $150 earnest money deposit. And I was like, shit, I didn't have to buy it. I didn't have to fix it up. I didn't have to deal with contractor. I didn't have to deal with the city. I didn't have to wait until 4 to 6 months to get paid, list the property with an agent. I said, I can avoid all of that and make 20. I said, dude, Khang. Dude, I was so excited, man. It was almost like, you know how it's like a light bulb that pops up and you'll be like, dude, this is game over. Dude, I went freaking beast mode. I want to rip off my shirt. And I said, holy shit. I said, what the hell have I done in the last 4.5 years? Why did I go through all that pain? But obviously you just don't know what you don't know, right? I said, Khang, what if you just do 1 of this a month? Now, what if you do 2 of this a month? And all it costs you is, dude, $250, $500. I was like, oh, shit. And that's what I did. And that's how I got myself out of the whole mess. I started to wholesale. I took all my wholesaling money. I would just dump it into my fix and flip, get it all done. And then bam, once it was done, I went all into wholesaling. And just within a year or two, dude, I was making $1 million a year wholesaling houses. Lon and I was traveling. We were eating. We were getting fat. So the one thing that I got to tell you guys is when you're broke, there are things that you want to eat, but you can't afford it. And then when you got all the money to eat everything that you want and you still can't do it because you're on a macro. I mean, you can't eat because you're going to get, Lon said it on one of the videos. She said, now even though I got all the money, I can eat anything I want, but I can't. Because then I'll get fat and ugly. And when you got all the money, everybody wants to buy you dinner. Everybody wants to pay for your shit. And you're like, dude, where were you when I was broke? Anyways, man. But that's pretty much the story. We became, I became a millionaire at the age of 32. First generation millionaire. Break the curse. And here I am. And then after that, I started my social media. I've been in the social media game now for 6 years, and here I am. So that's pretty much the story. And hopefully that will not just motivates and inspire you, because motivations is temporary. Discipline is what lasts forever. And I want you guys to understand that during this whole entire time when Law and I were increasing how much we make, we were still living on a 10 to 15% budget, which means that's how much. So for Lon and I was like, hey, it's like if we increase how much we make, it automatically increases how much we can spend, but we only spend between 10 to 15% of what we make, which means we're still able to save at least 80 to 85% of our income. But a lot of you, dude, your mindset is all wrong about the whole money. Is that you spent 90 to 95% of your money and you only save 5%. Some of you don't even save anything. But so Lon and I, dude, we're disciplined with our money. I mean, I think more Lon is the one who's very good with her money. She's very good with it. She's not out buying, now that you see me, buying the Rari, Lon's buying all the diamond, but all of those is within our 10 to 15% of what we make. I didn't get baby Rari until I was making what the car is worth in a month. I mean, right now I can go out and buy another supercar if I wanted to, but discipline. So for me now, the next supercar I'm going to get is the McLaren GT. It's only 250,000. It's probably 275. It costs less than baby Rari, but I told myself for me to deserve another supercar, I need to make at least $500,000 a month. And Lon said if I can do that for 3 months in a row, then I can go ahead and go place an order on it. And for me, man, once you have already once you got the money, I don't want to buy old stuff. Like, I don't want to buy a used car. I don't care about it depreciates. I don't care about it losing value. I don't care about the resale value. So when I make a post about, the car or the watch, and I heard this guy say, those of you who wear a watch to tell time, but I wear a watch is to tell you how valuable my time is. Dude, that was really, really good. And, so people that actually wear expensive watch and they can afford it, dude, I don't care about the resale value. I don't care. And I don't care. I don't want to buy from a third market. I want it to be brand spanking new. No one ever touch it. No one ever wears it. No one ever even lays eyes on it. So when I went and bought my, when I went and bought baby Rari, I didn't have to test drive it. I don't need to test drive. I already know what I want. And it's brand spanking new. I don't care if I got it and then I drove off the lot and it goes from 325,000 to 25,000. I don't care, man. Because it's what I want. I set a goal and I know I can afford, I know I can pay in the cash. Like, I don't care about the resale value. And when I buy it, and I know some people would buy a car and they would let it sit in the garage. I don't know what's the point of that. Like, what's the point? To me, the people who buy a car and they sit in the garage and they care about maintenance, they worry about the gas price, they worry about scratches on the car, it already means you can't afford it. In my personal opinion. Like, dude, wherever I take my Honda, I take baby Rory. I take it to the dollar store. I take it to Walmart. I park the closest to the store. I don't need to park a mile away because I'm afraid that people hit the car. Dude, I don't care, bro. Hit the car. I got insurance. If I have to go get because I know that I will only be driving baby Rory for a few years. And then I'll be buying another nice supercar. The people that worries about that, dude, it's almost like they're like, oh my gosh, this is the nicest thing I ever had. And I probably can't afford another one. That's why they treat it like that. Make sense? So for people on social media said, Khang, another thing about me is I don't care about the brand name. Like, everyone said, well, Khang, the watch costs you $30K, You could have went and bought a Rolly. You could have went and bought an AP, a PD or AB. Like, I don't really care, bro. For me, I like it. That's all that matters. Like, I went on and I look at all the other stuff, and I was like, I don't like any of them. So for me to spend my money just so I can show off to people that I have it, but I don't like it, then what's the point? So it means that I'm not buying it for me. I'm buying it for you. But I'm not. But I'm so like I don't want to spend my money on you. You know? Oh, you said, oh, Khang, this watch is nice because it's a Rolly, and I buy it. I bought it for you, even though I'm wearing it, but I don't like it. And that's why people say, hey, Khang, don't buy the Hublot, but I like it. Like, I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care if you said, Khang, it looks cheap. I don't care if you say it's an entry level. Like, people say, hey, I don't know why this guy bought an entry level Ferrari. He can use the same money to buy this car. Okay, well, all I want to know, if it's so cheap, then what color is your, bitch? You know, I mean, that's just a joke. But joke aside, you know, let me tell you guys, when I look at buying a car, so obviously, you know, when you make a certain when you make a certain amount of money, your level becomes different. So let's check this out. So I used to think that a $50,000 car, anyone who owns $50,000, rich. Dude, if you're driving around a Lexus or Mercedes that's around 50 G's, bowler, you're a bowler, Chicago. But now for me, anything that is less than 200 G's, cheap. Anything. Any car, like I don't go and look at car that are, like, I don't go and look at a Lexus anymore. I don't go and look at Mercedes anymore. You know, I don't go and look at anything that's less than 200 G's, man, because it's just considered cheap. And I don't know. Like, I want things that only 1 or 3% of people can afford to get it. That's what I'm targeting. Right. And so when I got a watch, I was like, I don't want to put 5,000 on my wrist. I don't want to put 10,000 on my wrist because it seems too normal. So I was like, hey, I need to get a watch that I like, but I also want it to be like, damn, okay, 30K. All right, I see you. I see you, player. You know what I'm saying, right? So anyway, so for me, like Lon and I used to go to Costco. Now I share this, like I share all of this. It's not to impress you, but impress upon you, to let you know that you too can do this. Like, whatever you thought is expensive now, when you start making more money, it becomes cheap to you. And people will, like, when I call, so I did a video when Lon and I go to Costco. You know that Lon, man, I used to take Lon to Costco, and it just breaks my heart. It breaks my heart when I see Lon looking at this $500 ring or $500 earring. To us, it was like, oh my God, $500 on an earring? That's a lot of money. But now everything at Costco that Lon see, like, you know, like when she goes there, but not online. Online, dude, you can find a ring for like 500K. Most people don't know that. Most people didn't even think that Costco has that expensive diamonds. But now that Lon go to our Costco, like everything that's in the case, she has almost everything in there. And I see all the watch, and I did a video, and I said, oh my God, like all these are so cheap now. And everybody's like, whoa, Khang, man, this guy is not humble anymore. He forgot where he came from. No, dude, I know where I came from. All right, dude, I was a guy that was born and raised in a mud hut, live in a shed behind a mobile home park, used to catch frogs for dinner. I know where I came from. But I want to show you is how far you can go. You know, so now to me, when I look at a watch that's 500, 1,000, 2,000, like all those are cheap. You know, it just becomes cheap to you. You know, and you say that's not to be an ass. It's not to say that, oh man, you wear a $500 watch, dude, you're cheap, you're broke. No, I'm not saying that. But it's just when you get to a certain level, it just becomes different, you know? And the way that and sometimes the way that you say it, you don't mean it like that, but people took it the wrong way. And let me tell you why the people who took it the wrong way, because they're insecure. That's why. They're insecure. because they don't see it as a motivation. They don't see it as an inspiration. They don't see it like, man, one day I want to be able to roll up into a Mercedes dealership and say, dude, that's cheap, bro. 100K, cheap. 150,000, cheap. But they take it offensive because they're insecure. Dude, when I see people that are making more money than me online, dude, I'd be like, damn, bro, how did he do it? Like, I want to be one day to walk up and like, damn, dude, I can buy a Bugatti. I don't like Bugatti, though, to be honest. Like, even if I got the money, I wouldn't buy a Bugatti. I just don't like it. So when I look at car, number one, it's got to be Lon just texted me, so I got to bounce. Anyways, you guys, I do hope that you guys enjoy this video. I hope that it add some value to you. And more importantly is I hope that you get to learn a little bit more about me. Because I know that within those, 15, 30 second or 1 minute video, you don't get to know much about a person. So hopefully that this give you a little bit more insight, kind of how I am. And hopefully that we can relate to each other. Anyways, because I'm here, I'm here to share my stories. It's for to hopefully, to reach the same people that think like me. Because if you're not, then you'd be like, yeah, I don't like his stuff. Anyways, I appreciate each and every single one of you. Until next time, take care. And let's go get this money. I'm out.